Welcome to Inside Casting on the Virtual Channel Network. I'm Geralyn Flood, the casting director for Nickelodeon's Big Time Rush. I have had the ability to remember actors and what they've done for most of my life, even before IMDb. And I've been surrounded by actors my whole life. My sister's an actor, my ex is an actor, my brother-in-law now is an actor. I know and love them deeply. So I've always had an appreciation for actors, and then just remember, I used to call it my stupid party trick, because people would say, there's this guy that is on this TV show, where do I know him? And I was like, oh, maybe from this or that or the other thing, or, and they're like, right. So I've always had that ability. And when I was thinking about moving out here, it was always with the idea of working in casting. I just thought that, but it was always feature casting, because you saw those big cards on, in the movies. But my ex is an actor, and he took a workshop with Kathy Rinking when we were in New York, living in New York. And we took Kathy out for dinner, and she suggested that I go interview with Jeff Greenberg when we move out here. And I did, and we hit it off, and he offered me a job on the spot, and I took it. And that was 8 years ago, and I never looked back. Yeah, the first show I got to work on was Frasier, which was an utter dream come true, and I thought all shows were like that. It was glorious. It was the last 2 seasons. It was just a well-oiled machine, and it was an incredible dream to be able to write down these lists of names, like who would be great for Frasier's love interest, and see sometimes those dreams come true. I mean, I got to see Laura Linney on the show, and she was fantastic, and Aaron Eckhart, like amazing, talented, beautiful, like not just well-known movie actors, but theater actors that I love from New York have been on the were on the show, and I just, freaked out every day, like, oh my God, it was great, fantastic. I have no doubt been incredibly lucky in just working with fantastic people that have mentored me along the way. After Jeff Greenberg, I worked for Marcy Liroff on and off for 5 years on features. Started as her assistant, and then, was it last year? Last year, Ghosts of Girlfriends Past came out, and she made me a full casting director. And because of her, I got to meet Mark Waters and work on 3 films with him, and have amazing experiences that way. I also got to work with Zane Pillsbury on and off for the past 5 years, I guess, and work on fantastic projects with Bonnie and Gail. All of them, everything that who I am is because of them as mentors, Bonnie and Gail and Marcy and Jeff. Colin Daniel was the associate for Jeff Greenberg, and he's a dear friend and a huge supporter of me. So I lucked into meeting amazing people while working, and I can't I just luck, I think, and gumption. The best story I had, when I first started working for Marcy, we were working on a feature, and she said, we're really going to be under the gun because we have, I think it was 10 roles to cast in 8 weeks. And I just sort of laughed, and I was like, I think we cast 22 roles on Frasier in 4 days, so I'm good. We can do this. So that just, right there it talks about the difference between features and television. For features, when I'm doing pre-reads and callbacks, we'll do 1 every 15 minutes maybe. So I have, in a feature, I get to sit down with you, find out who you are, where you're from, what was your training. We talk about something on your resume. And then you get to do the scene, you're comfortable, maybe we'll do it again, depending it all, sometimes it's a little bit less, but that's the dream scenario, is that you see, 10, 15 minutes. In television, you see 3 every 15 minutes. Isn't a lot of time for conversation. It's, questions, clarifying points and things, but it's really about getting you on tape, getting the best version of you on tape, and then going on to the next person. And in a short span of time, because we're under the gun a lot of the time with, I may get a script on Wednesday that shoots Monday, and I have 7 roles to cast, in that time period. You know what? I love them both. I honestly, it would be a Sophie's choice for me. I couldn't do it. I'm a New Yorker, so I love the speed and the kinetic energy of television casting, but I also love the slow marination of film casting, and watching all of that come together is pretty magical. In a perfect world, I would do both. I try and treat the kids like people. That's all you can do, and that they're here to do a job, and it's going to be fun, and we're going to have a good time when they're in the room with me. But to focus and to listen. That's the biggest thing with kids, is to make sure that they're listening, because that's a good skill in any actor. Is that if you're listening well. And the parents, I try and inform them as best I can what's going on in the process. But I don't think it is. I don't think it really is a big difference between kids and adults. But maybe that's me. I think being respectful of the kid and trying to get the best out of them in the same way that you would an adult.